Last week, I put a custom front lip on this car, which made the front end look a ton more aggressive. The only downside to this was it made the stock spoiler located on the rear pretty lackluster. To fix this, I hopped on the internet and decided to order myself a spoiler extension, specifically one that was carbon fiber like the front lip. A lot of people don't know this, but this car was originally recalled because it didn't have a spoiler at all. Without the spoiler, this car would experience rear lift whenever you changed lanes at high speeds. What this did was cause a bunch of crashes. Consequently, I didn't really want to mess with the aerodynamics of this rear too much. If I put a new wing on it that was very different aerodynamically than the old wing, I'd be running into a bunch of risk. On top of that, a more understated look for this car looks pretty fire. This is a carbon fiber extension for the stock wing. It increases the aerodynamic properties of the stock wing and makes it look a ton more aggressive. After unboxing it, the first thing I wanted to do naturally was to test fit it to make sure that it looked pretty sick. The stock wing is already bolted to the car, so we're going to use 3M tape to chemically fuse this new wing to the old wing so that they're stuck. The first step of this is to mix isopropyl alcohol with water and clean the surfaces thoroughly. I did this before applying any of the tape so it had time to fully dry. After this, I moved indoors and started to apply the 3M tape to the wing in the places where it will contact the vehicle. In hindsight, I should have taken the other cover of the tape off indoors, where it was warm. This side was incredibly annoying to remove because it was cold outside and it kept sticking to the material itself. I had to use tweezers and a heat gun to superheat the material just so it was pliable enough to remove the top layer of the film. Like I said earlier, this tape uses a chemical reaction to fuse the two parts together. Basic chemistry teaches us that the hotter a reaction is, the faster it will go. Consequently, I spent a lot of time heating the wing and the carbon spoiler to make sure they were both nice and toasty. This tape is crazy strong, but it takes a while to get that strong. After 20 minutes, this tape is only at about 50% of the strength, so you want to make sure that you're gentle with it. After 72 hours, the bond is complete. To be safe, I used the heat gun on the wing in the spots where the tape was for about 30 minutes after I actually put the piece on. This should be intuitive, but you don't want to keep the heat gun in one place for too long, otherwise you risk melting the spoiler or melting your paint off. I honestly love how this wing turned out. If you have a carbon lip on your car, I think you should also have an upgraded wing just to balance out the overall aesthetic. I would highly recommend this wing extension to anybody with a Mark I Audi TT who wants to make their car look a lot better.